Next item, Mr. Clint Harris.
I'm here today to, we brought it up a few months ago about formally closing what we don't really even believe to be a county road behind the Island Creek Church. There's a sign of a road up there that's been there for many, many years. We're getting ready to expand our church facilities, and we're having we actually are in the process of purchasing a building for a family life center, and we need to take off part of that bank and part of that road in order to give us the room to do what we need to do. I have been through the process with the judge. It consists of posting notice. That's been done. We've run it in the Manchester Enterprise. If you read the legals, it's been in there the appropriate number of times. Part of the process was to have the county road engineer, Buford, along with two disinterested persons, go to the property and look at it, determine if they thought it was. The fact of the matter is, Buford has filed his report, and his report states that it complies with the statutory requirements for closing the road, and in fact, they don't really, the county does not recognize it as a road. It's not on the county road map. It's something the church owns on both sides of it, and we're just here today asking for a formal closure, and the statute says we have to notice it for a hearing in case anybody wants to come and object, so that's why we're here. And there is a graveyard in that area, but when we start moving the dirt, we will be making new access to that graveyard, and they'll be able to use the church parking lot for parking, and then there'll still be part of the road up there left to get into if they need to. And actually, it'll be a straight shot up to it instead of having to weave through a bunch of houses and yards to get there. So we've already made arrangements for that within our planning. Anybody got any questions?
Well, I mean, I guess, I know you said the church owns both
sides of the road.
Both sides of it, so we're actually on the road.
And when it's closed, we'll own.
Yeah.
It splits, so
Yeah.
half goes to one landowner, half goes to the other.
Yeah.
We're the same. So
But just, that was the only thing I had. Yeah, I believe I would, something.
But you will give somebody wants to go to cemetery access.
we're going to build a road. We're actually part of when we start moving dirt, we will be constructing a access road for the cemetery through our property. But they already walked up there.
I looked at it the other day.
You know, on the lower side of that little garage. I guess it would be actually on the upper side of that little garage. But we're going to fix a road and get it prepped for them so they can use. Nobody can remember anybody being buried up there.
No, it looks like it's been a long time.
It has been a while.
About 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago. But it's going to be, when Buford looked at it, he said they'll actually have better access when you all get done than they have now. So we don't want to do anything to harm the community. We just need about 10 foot to get us where we'll go.
Yeah, just the procedures and policy they have to follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Judge, if I may, the order that the judge previously entered is being passed around the magistrates now. Every statutory requirement that is required by law to be followed in this matter has been followed. Mr. Harris has done it to the letter of the law. Is there anyone here that would have any objection to what we're proposing to do today? Being the final order that we're going to ask the court to approve the judge to sign today, it says, this matter having been brought before the court to close the road located behind Island Creek Baptist Church on US 421 North Manchester, Kentucky, and this court having ordered Buford Jarvis, the county road engineer, and two persons with no vested interest, being Larry France and J.C. Henson, in this order, and a report having been filed with this court, it is hereby ordered that the said road is hereby closed. Island Creek Baptist Church shall provide access to a cemetery located behind the church through their property. It is so ordered this 10th day of April 2014, Joe L. Eicher, County Judge Executive. That is the order that we are going to tender to the court. As I say, as your county attorney, they have met all the requirements of the statute. If there are no objections from anyone, citizen who may be interested for whatever reason,
I just want to ask you a question, Mr.
Yes,
Bishop,
sir.
if you don't care. Those two names that you mentioned right there, are they the actual people who had the road built up to the bridge?
No,
Have you?
they're disinterested investigators type guys.
So are the people still living that actually had the road built? The
No.
road goes to the graveyard? Is that-
If the road was ever anything, Clarence,
Yeah.
it probably was 421 before there was 424.
Okay.
If it was ever, you can see as you go down Island Creek signs of
Right.
the old road
Yeah,
already.
it's,
But it's not been used, you gotta drive through
Yeah.
literally 4 or 5 yards even to get up there.
Get
where
to
it's
it.
like that.
Yeah, the two people in this order, as part of the statutory requirements, the judge has to order our road foreman, Buford, to go out there and look at it, inspect it. He's made a report, and two people who have nothing to do with it. So they were picked at random by the judge, and they don't have any interest one way or the other, and they reported back, sort of like what you do in a foreclosure to find the value of the property. But all the statutory requirements, including public notice, have been met. This is the public hearing. I don't hear any objections, so I'm gonna recommend that the court do this, and somebody make a motion, and if so, I'll have the judge sign both these orders, and we'll tender all this paperwork to Miss Beverly there, and I'm sure her and Mr. Harris will take care of the rest of it.
I'd like to ask one thing. If it's not a county road and it's never been a county road,
I know what
are
you're
we
getting at.
obligated to close that road?
Yes,
Would we have an interest in closing it?
You can, as a matter of formality. We're getting ready to spend several $100,000. And rather than, after the first time I talked with Buford about it, talked with Joe about it, they told me real quick, that's not a county road. We don't have it on our map. But it's also not a private road because at some time in the world, it has been used as a road. You can tell that by looking at it. But we felt like we would like to go through the formal procedure of having it declared that if it was a county road, it can be closed. Rather than take a chance on somebody coming and demanding that the county road be opened up after we built the building. That's why we asked for this. Quite honestly, I didn't think it was necessary, but the church wanted to do that, so.
And I too thought it was a good idea because that's what you call preventative measures. So, looking into a substantial investment like that, this just takes away any possible problems that could pop up against the church. And, it's a formality and we've done it before. Now, as I stated to the court when this first came up a few months ago, it's been a long time since we've closed roads, but we have done it in the Hart Springs precinct in Littleton. We closed one or two. I know one for a fact, but I think we closed two under a former administration. And we also closed one down in Island Creek, a little further down the road from them on the left for some folks down there. And we did have a citizen come to the meeting and object, but the court voted to close it anyway. So, and those were alleyways on the map in Littleton, so we didn't know what they really were. But again, we wanted to, to take away the possibility of anybody raising it back up because they were never county roads. They weren't long enough to be a county road. But anyway, that's sort of give you a background. But it's been a while since the issue has come up, but it did, and so we all decided it would be best to do it this way.
On that cemetery, I don't know that we would even be obligated for that cemetery road, but all we can do is take your all word that you're going to fix the road back to it.
We're going to fix it.
I trust you.
And part of the order that the judge is going to enter, and I worded it such that it put an obligation on the church to do that.
Shall provide, the church
We
shall.
have to do that.
We have to.
And this all has to be recorded in the clerk's office too. So it'll be there for everybody to see.
All I was concerned with is, it seems like nothing here belongs to the county, so I don't know why we would be involved in it.
Well, you wouldn't believe how many times a year I get calls saying, this is a county road, y'all come fix it. And I'm sure you all do too. And the first thing I do is get up with the county road foreman and say, is that a county road? And so we all look at it depending on where it is. And so we have many, many people out there who think many of our roads are county roads, when in essence, most of the claims over the years, quite frankly, have not been county roads. So this, again, based upon, all the experience that I have with dealing with these issues, we thought it best to just go ahead and take care of any possible problems.
I understand.
Most of the people misinterpret a public road and a county road. They're two different roads.
They're two different things, exactly.
Public road, and I think we can take care of it once a year, maybe, if we've done it in the past.
It's called a public passageway. Yeah, that's correct.
I don't have any problem with what they're doing here, I'm just, didn't know why we were even concerned.
Yeah,
I make a
no
motion.
problem. Okay.
You got a second?
Sonny?
Yeah. Okay, got a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Harrison Higgins?
Yes.
Bryce Hoskins?
Yes.
Sonny Gay?
Yes.
Hugh Gregory?
Yes.
Johnny Johnson?
Yes.
Joe Asher?
Yes. Thank you.
I'll give you this, Beverly.
Okay.
You can sign both of those and give them to Beverly, she can keep them on the good and get her file.
Thank you all.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Well, okay, next on the agenda, and I'm gonna try to say this, I think, so, I gotta buy supper anyway tonight, so, won't make much difference, but